Welcome to part 2, where the plot is going to kick in after this black screen.
Oh, I was hoping that black screen was the plot.
It pretty much is, in terms of quality. They would have both been equal. And say hello to a major character from the series who I can't remember, and who gets this one scene.
Major character spends all of his time looking out the window dramatically, waiting exactly for people to walk in and distract him from this magnificent view.
I can't wait to die of old age. Then I can look outside forever.
So who's that busty army chick in the picture?
I think that's his daughter, and she had a spin-off game that was fucking terrible, but I never played it. It was like, I just know it's
Charlie's
terrible.
Angels for the GameCube.
Charlie's Plastic Angels.
Well, she looks about as plastic as character models do in that game, so...
Yeah, she's like the one character in the series I know of who just is flesh-coloured, but just looks green anyway.
Do you think she was ridiculed about this in society, like considered a freak for not being green?
It could have been, yeah, well, it is easy being green, it seems.
Oh ho ho, Snake!
I might just go shoot myself in the head for that joke.
I might just have to take over that role.
So...
I like how, you know how sometimes, like, it's a common anime trope to, like, have no eyes and just have, like, a line for eyebrows? I like how the main character has that trope, but in, like, plastic form.
I think it's meant to look gritty, rather than anything else. So, there's the twist. They actually want a peace treaty to come into effect, but a rogue faction have weapons of destruction. Not weapons of mass destruction, just weapons of destruction. As opposed to weapons of creation, I guess.
Weapons of kind of destruction, right next to the weapons of minimal destruction.
And then there's weapons of neutrality that don't really do anything.
You just sort of drop them into, like, a town, and as they fall, they're just sort of indifferent. They've even got, like, eyes that are rolling on them.
In this apparently serious plot, here is our Saturday morning cartoon villain. I seriously got, like, I bought this game when it came out in 2004, so I was 11 years old. I played through the first 2 levels, and I put it on a shelf where it sat until, like, a week ago, where I picked it up and said, I remember this being shit. I'm going to record all of it in one go.
That's a fantastic plan. I like that. You should have, like, left something in the case, so it could have been, like, a time machine.
Over here, Sarge.
When I'm recording commentaries in, down the line.
Okay, so wait, so when did it go from, when did the toy world go from, being an actual, like, established town to a toy set thing that you would have expected it to be in the first place?
Well, this is the big world. This is our world now, where...
Wait, what?
This is the...
No.
Yeah, they got portals between the Army Men world and the big world, and yeah, there are random kind of mortar explosions that damage you, so you have to kill spotters to cancel them. It can be quite bitchy.
I thought if you were in the big world, you'd actually, you said you would be the size of the humans there and stuff, so wait, I'm confused.
Well, basically, I always love this kind of gimmick, as playing like a tiny person in a big world. It's why, when I played Counter-Strike, I would always go for the rats maps if I could, like rat servers. I love that gimmick. I love that level design for whatever reason.
I totally see what you mean. It is really neat to sort of see something from a smaller perspective like that.
But the thing that annoys me about this game is they don't capitalize on it that much. You're always in a beach, so it's like dugout, kind of, bland areas and sandcastles, which kind of defeats the whole purpose of being in a big setting, if it's something that's built to scale with you.
But Snake, it's got a bucket and a couple of alphabet blocks.
How amazing. I would love to design a game based around actually being this size in a kind of shooter environment. Did you ever play Toy Commander? It was on Dreamcast.
No.
If you've got an emulator, download that. It's the perfect example. You play as little kind of RC cars and you're driving around a house, in Gundam and such. And I would love a HD re-release of that because the multiplayer was fucking awesome, but you could only ever do 4 people because Dreamcast.
Right, of course.
Whereas, like, the maps were so big, they were designed for all-out big skirmishes. And the campaign was kind of fun in that regard. And this game has multiplayer, but I'm not going to ask any of my friends to play this shit with me. Even for an extra video.
For the commentary, for the people that are watching this, we have to show them that aspect.
Oh,
We're going to have to do it.
I'm
going to actually have to make up 4 friends out of nowhere.
I'm going to have to make up 4 friends and then get them to play this with me.
Yes.
Thanks for the thanks for the recognition. Words, indeed.
You've got the alphabet blocks right there to help you sound that word out, Snake.
Anyway, let's do some sequence breaking. We're meant to run around the long way and kill this guy, but my genius inventive brain did that.
But it's got an arrow pointing over it.
Now I can get close to those castles.
Okay, maybe maybe they planned for that. You know, this is to trip over the 11-year-olds playing the game.
Nah, I don't blame you. I didn't exactly expect, you know, Deus Ex levels of intricate level design for multiple outcomes.
That reminds me, I haven't used any level up points yet to upgrade my Sarge.
To Super Sarge, then Mega X Sarge, then Super Duper Elite Metal Guitar Hero Sarge.
And then Solid Sarge. Metal Gear Toy. Look at that level geometry blocking my bullets.
What?
It's amazing, all of the kind of... Everything's a bit bigger than it looks, aside from the actual blokes. This is the problem I have with the first-person aim, it's finicky as all hell. It's just like they added in like the one true aiming mode as an afterthought, because I think, well, someone's going to need to place their shots at some point.
This was originally designed as an adventure game, and they're like, whatever. I guess.
This is a feature I kind of like. When you receive a substantial amount of damage, you actually get blown apart, and it reminds me of Terminator 2 in a way. You'll actually be seeing that a lot near the end of the commentary, where I spend most of the time killing people and just picking up their blocks before I actually run out of health.
So does this mean you end the game by pretty much jumping in a giant battle lava?
Sadly, no.
Oh.
I'm really sad that's not the ending, and I'm trying to get something, trying to get an extra. It's up here. I'm not sure why I'm getting these. It doesn't actually unlock anything, so far as I know.
But you got the flag.
I got the flag. There's one in near enough every level. I don't know what they unlock. They probably don't unlock anything.
They unlock a sense of nationalism.
Yes, that's the best thing they... That's what you get. You just pride in the Green Army.
Yes.
This is also, I'm cutting out loading screens now. I mean, the first level I didn't talk about them, but they're kind of obnoxious. They're like 5 or 6 seconds long in between every room. I guess
And the maps seem awfully small.
That's what it is. It's like a series of small kind of mapped rooms, but yeah, there is no climbing animation. It just skips to the top and bottom of the ladder.
Wow!
I guess
Jesus
that's the...
Christ.
I didn't make cuts there. That was the game itself. Look there. That's what the game does. There's no time.
Well, to be fair, to the game's credit, laddering in like any video game has never been done well.
So they cut out the middleman.
Exactly. This is a progressive game.
There's
Not
like
even
the
the
thing.
behemoth known as Half-Life 2 could do it well. So
Yeah. Okay. Here's the gimmick for most of the stages. It just said I got a time bomb. If that happens, you've got to start looking around on a pixel hunt where it can tell you can plant the bomb to progress. And yeah, and it's on the other side of the ladder. Silly me. I love that cut. It's so bad.
you actually did a climbing animation for a second there. Why didn't they just complete it?
It's just like a loop, but no loop.
Exactly. How?
Look, it's not really a pixel hunting.
It's party time.
I really sympathise with his protagonist.
Hey, it's party time.
Murderous fun!
This is why Spec Ops 1 keeps me again. And yet again, I'm referencing that game. Jesus Christ.
Oh, yes, spoke on it. Actually, the thing about
I'm gonna make that a thing now. I'm gonna find a way to bring every game around, like, to reference Spec Ops.
Okay, that's an interesting way to do it. What I found is, I was going through my PS1 games earlier today because I was looking for my copy of Crash 3, because me and Noonan were talking about it. And I couldn't find it, but I did find an old Spec Ops game, because Spec Ops was actually a series.
Yeah.
Yeah, they released like 11 games between 1998 and 2002 or 4, and then they just disappeared off the map, and suddenly a new game comes out for it that has no tangential relation to anything that came before it. It just kind of bears the name. I bet they just wanted to call it Spec Ops The Line and realised trademark came with that.
Go on ahead. I'll secure the area.
Yeah, it's empty area. I'll look after it.
Is there like any sort of like team command in this game? Or
No, there's friendly AI in places, but they tend to just look out for themselves. And
is there friendly fire though?
Yeah, because in the stat screen for this game, it does count friendlies killed. And because it's all lock-on shooting, I really don't know how you could do that. Because the lock-on is terrible. Remember at the end of Shadow the Hedgehog, I complained that Shadow's kind of prioritizing was terrible. This game suffers from the same problem. Look, see, it went for the enemy behind the matchbox rather than the guy with the shotgun who's angry at me. And that was the cause of most of my deaths. Where I want to shoot the big fuck-off guy in front of me and it says, that sniper at the end of the map who's looking the wrong way. He needs to die, right now.
Well, of course. I mean, it's embarrassing the programming of the game. It actually has the audacity to look the wrong way.
Suicide spree.
Here's something
He's not looking you in the eye as he's about to kill you.
Here's another extra you can find. It's just little plot tidbits. But, because, again, the plot isn't really that heavy, it doesn't really matter. And again, it doesn't unlock anything. That's one thing I like. The big enough guns will blow limbs off enemies. I get it would be funny if it wasn't traumatizing, you know?
Oh yeah, well no, see, but the thing is, you know, can't you just go and get the limbs and then pen them to yourself again?
No, you can't, sadly. That's that's something that I wish was in Spore. If you killed an enemy, you could take their limbs and just jam them on you.
I thought that's how you recovered health. Wait, didn't you say earlier that, you know, you pick up plastic?
You do, but it's not really picking up their limbs, it's just they drop a mold of plastic.
Oh.
I guess they're like, because they're shot by a bullet. Bullets are hot, so it's kind of like hot, what's the word? Pliable? It's just melty plastic that will harden on yourself, but you don't become tan, and that would have been a great twist. Like,
it would have shown the natural progression as how you constantly, you know, killing off your enemy and using them to your own advantage, you progressively become the one thing that you're going at.
Yeah, you become what you hate. Sarge should have started this game as an idealistic young soldier, even though he's already been in several games as such, and progressed into a tan. And then at the end he does a Nazi salute and the game credits roll. Well, I say the game's credits roll.
So, did you forget what to do?
No, I know what to do. I'm just wandering around looking for pick-upables. The end of the level is like right ahead of me after I blow up these trucks. I believe it's...
And you gotta go in the magic bucket.
It's the buckets acts as a... Does that mean if I ever like stick my foot in a bucket, I'm like kicking part of the army men world?
His foot just protrudes from the asphalt.